MS Dhoni's, his role for India in the World Cup, as well as Sarfraz's captaincy are some of the topics we're going to be talking about on Ask Hoggy. Now the first question from Paul Orman, it's a beauty. Why are juniors not standing up today? Simple. I think coaches, yes, you do work on the technical aspect of the game, but you overdo it. You don't do enough on the tactical and mental approaches of cricket. Cricket's all played between the ears. So it's about doing match scenarios with players on the training track, putting them under pressure, working on how do they calm themselves in those pressure situations. How do they keep their focus on that particular ball rather than being distracted about what happened in the past or the future and making those rash decisions. So coaches, get more tactical and get more mental. Get more psychological with your juniors. Now Prakash, is the World Cup going to be for all-rounders and bowlers? For me, this World Cup's going to be won with a strong bowling lineup. Yes, you've got to have an all-rounder there that bats around 6 or 7, but that all-rounder with the ball's got to do a job of controlling the run rate, not be your wicket taker. Apply the pressure out run end so your 4-strike bowlers can do the damage out the other end. So bowlers are going to win this World Cup 2019. Now Kunal, do I think the pitches in England are being prepared for batters rather than bowlers as a truck goes past? Well, for me, curators over in England, don't get caught up in these high scoring games of looking for a 500 score, because if every game's like that, it gets boring. We need bowlers to control the game as well. If we look at the 2015 World Cup, the best games were the low scoring games where bowlers were dominating. And a little bit of rain is here in Croatia, so it's just dropped on my nose. So curators over there, don't get caught up for the batters, okay? Do a little bit of work for the bowlers. Look after, give us a little bit of love, please. Now Abhinav, what do I think about MS Dhoni? MS Dhoni for India, he's cool, calm, collect. He's always there in those pressure situations, batting around number 5, taking the game home for India. So that's what I think about MS Dhoni. Very tough customer to play against. He doesn't show his emotions. And that's what I said about earlier on. It's all played between the ears. You never know what's going on with MS Dhoni. Sarf, what do I think about Sarfraz's captaincy? I think he's a very good tactician. I think he knows how to operate his bowlers, rotate his bowlers, and he sums up situations well. So don't panic because they lost against England quite convincingly. The World Cup's a different kettle of fish, and he was just trying to sort out his combinations for that World Cup, and that's what these practice matches are for. So Mohammed's also worried about Pakistan as well. What are their chances in the UK? I think they're going to be okay in this World Cup. I think they've got a dominant bowling attack and their batters are starting to step up. The only thing I'm worried about is their late changes, especially with Amir coming in. I think Fahim Ashraf had to go out. He wasn't performing well, but Amir hasn't performed well over the last year and a half. Why would you go back to him? I think they should have kept Junaid Khan back in there. I like the inclusion of Riaz. I think he's extremely fast, he's pacey, he's got a fantastic Yorker, so he's going to be potent in the depth, but he's also going to be someone that you can use in those middle overs with his sheer pace to upset opposition middle orders. And I think, well, I like the change of Asif for a bit early. I think Asif is going to be explosive lower order batsman and he's going to get important runs for you. So don't write Pakistan off yet. Now, Pravakar, what 2 teams are going to be in the final? For me, the 2 teams in the final are going to be South Africa and Australia. And whoever bats first is going to win the World Cup. Well, they are the questions for today. Thanks for joining me on Ask Hoggy.